Hi, this is Steffi from Stephies Beads and Baubles. This is a little bit different video. I wanted to show you some of the odd places you can find craft supplies. And I'm going to show you a few things I've purchased over the years that you can take apart and use for crafting supplies. Now these were very unusual. I got 2 of them. And what she told me these were is to put over your iced tea pitcher, the big one, and the little one was to put over your cup when you were outside to keep the bugs off. Now you can come under here and see that all these little buttons are just sewn on. So you can take and cut off these buttons and have a bunch of really cool, now see that one's a little worn, but nail polish should fix that. But you can just pull off these little buttons, and they're, these ones are a little bigger. But you got the daisies and the strawberries. And then you still got the doily you can bleach out and do something else with. I won't cut them off right now because I don't want to make you watch that. Now this is another piece I got for $1. Paid $1 for this. It's got a gorgeous glass button that's just stitched onto the front of this. Let me see if I can get that button where you can really see it, because it's gorgeous. It's like an orangey amber, and then you've got some wood buttons on the back, and then you still got this big rosette and this crocheted headband that you could actually even wear just where it is. I mean, you could put different buttons on, or I don't particularly care for those on this piece, but if you like the buttons, you could leave those and just take this off. I paid a whole $1 for this. Then I thought this was a hoot. Now this is a belly dancer skirt that I paid, again, like $1 for. Let's see, I can tell you. It said $6 and this one was 75% off. That's the only reason I bought it. So I paid $1.50 for it. But look at all the beads. These are all silver. They're just little metal coated plastic beads, but you get a ton of them. And I love the little silver metallic, because these are metal coins. So you've got tons of beads on here for $1.50. I mean, that's loaded. And if you're careful when you take them off, now you will lose this skirt, this part, because you have to take this off, but you still have this pretty gauzy fabric if you want to use that for something. But the whole thing is just covered, because it's a belly dancing skirt. It's got, the little lacy, so you have to kind of destroy it. So some of you might not want to do that, but I think it's worth it to get all the beads off of it. So that's in my pile to use. Now this is one. Do you remember these purses? Everybody had these purses a few years back. And this one has, I don't know if it's picking it up. My camera looks terrible. I'm hoping that when I show this, but it's an actually bright fuchsia sequin. In my camera, it looks very washed out, but it's a bright, pure fuchsia. And they're little drop sequins. And look at the seed beads. These are a really pretty, dark kind of rainbow sequin. It's like a black with a rainbow finish. So you could cut all of these off this purse and have a ton of gorgeous sequins. And again, I paid like let me see. It says $3, but I did not pay that. No way did I pay $3. I think I paid $1 for this. I wouldn't have paid $3. So, but it is a ton of sequins, even if I did pay $3. I mean, let me pull back. It's big. So it's a lot of seed beads and a lot of sequins for $3. But I think I paid less than that. That's not likely to pay $3. Now this is a piece that's gorgeous, but it had damage to it. And so I thought for the 50 cents I paid, I can't see where the damage is. I saw it the other day. There's a couple places where there's beads missing. Oh, I think it's here. Yeah, right in here. But look at these gorgeous bugle beads. And they're a dark, like hematite. And I'm going to pull back. Look how big this is. That is a lot of bugle beads for 50 cents. So even if you just take it apart as you need them, that's a lot of pieces to use. And is it beautiful? Yeah, but I'd never use it. It's not practical for me. I'd rather have the materials off of it. But that's a lot of tiny, they're the short bugle beads. See if I can get it there. They're like the short ones that are like bigger than a seed bead but shorter than a true bugle. Kind of see how they are. Great for fringes and things like that. Then this is a bracelet. I paid, I think, $1/4 for this, and it's just a bunch of seed beads. I mean, I paid a whole $1/4 for this, and they're a little bit bigger seed beads. They're not perfect, but these would be great for the front of an ornament because they're not real perfect, but you could use them for an edging too. And for $1/4, that's a lot of seed beads. Then I found these ornaments. I got like a whole bucket of them for hardly anything. And this is just a piece of wire with beads on it. You see, I just cut the top and I can pull all those beads off. They're just plastic, I think, most of them. I don't think any of them are glass. This piece might be, but I doubt it. But still, I paid almost nothing because I got about 4 or 6 of these and a bunch of other ornaments for like $3 or something like that. So you can find stuff where you least expect it. Now this is an unusual piece. This is a purse that I picked up, I think it was last year, for the express purpose of taking it apart. Look at all the stuff on this thing. Now, I did pay $1 for this, I believe. Let me see if there's a price inside. I don't remember if this was at a thrift store or a yard sale. I think it was a yard sale, if I remember correctly, and I only paid $1. And it's got some clay buttons. These are like Fimo clay in the multicolor. It's got those seed beads, which are the 8/0, I believe. They're big. It's got sequins, square sequins. They're like a gold color. It's got some pearl and wood beads on all 4. So, the front has this, the back has the bigger ones. It's got wooden buttons with more seed beads on top. It's got these big shells. I mean, it's just a treasure trove all the way. Now, the back doesn't have all the other stuff. There's one button missing, but look at those wooden buttons. Those are awesome. Now, they're only a 1-hole button, so you could actually use them in jewelry as a spacer. You could do anything with them. You could use them as a big sequin, which is basically what they did here. And, I mean, wow. So much. And there's even some chunks of shell on here. So, when you're out shopping, look for stuff like that. Now, this is another piece that I got in some, I don't even know where, but it's basically one of those silver where you put silver, I think it's what you store silver or something in. But what a great felt. I mean, I got it for either free or almost nothing. And it's a pretty good piece of gray felt. And somebody already cut a chunk out of it, I guess, to use for that. But it's just felt. It's a nice quality felt, and I got it for either free or almost nothing. For a big, I'm going to pull back, a big piece of felt. 2 of them. It's a double-sided, sewn together. See if I can get back far enough. You can see my hand. It's big. Then the last thing I bought, which I'm not sure if this was smart or not, because I don't know how usable they'll be, but I thought it would be fun. I got these sequins off of this hairband, but I'm going to tell you, the fabric they used for this particular hairband literally shreds as you're trying to get these off. So I'm going to have to try to use, find a better way. But these are the mermaid sequins. So I'm not sure I'll cut the other ones apart. I'm not really sure yet if I'm going to. Because that one might be more of a bust. Because, boy, it's a lot of work. But I guess it's something you could do. I was using a seam ripper. And it just totally shredded it. And I only got this many out of it so far. So you can see, well, it's still a good amount when you see I've just done one little section. But if you want sequins, I paid $1 each for them at at Big Lots. I got 3 for $3. So I paid $1. And I mean, sure, it'll fill this tube up when I'm done. So for $1, they're kind of pretty. I don't know if I can make them work like a mermaid sequin or not, but if you want to use the gold or the blue side, you got both to choose from. But I just kind of wanted to show you because I have seen other hair things like this that are regular sequins as well. So I just wanted to show you it's another possibility. So I just wanted to share with you that craft supplies are pretty much everywhere. I mean, you just never know what you're going to find and what you can use to get some interesting and unique materials. So keep your eyes peeled. When you're out at the thrift store, you're out at yard sales, if they don't have any craft supplies, look at the old purses. Look at hair accessories. Look at old ornaments like this. This was a whole bag for $3. I think, oh, I know what it was. It was $5 and it was 50% off, something like that. And I got all 3 bags they had, and some of them are not beaded, but they're things I can fix up and either use myself or gift them or resell them. It's just amazing what you can find out there to reuse. Things that you wouldn't even think to look for. So the opportunities are endless. This is just a few ideas. And I mean, I paid $1/4 for this to get a bunch of interesting buttons. I think she gave me both for $1/4 actually. And if I'm careful, I'll still have the doilies to use. So just look when you're out. You might be shocked at what you find if you look with new eyes. And you might find a way to get craft supplies really cheap. I hope these show up on camera. They're looking faded, but I'm telling you, these are bright fuchsia. They're gorgeous. I wish I could get them to show up on camera. I'm hoping that in the actual recording they show up. But if they don't, they're bright fuchsia. Beautiful color. They're not muted at all. Anyway, just wanted to run this by you. It's a video I've been wanting to do. Oh, and there's one more piece I found. I'm not really sure if I can use it for anything. This is actually a purse I've been using for years, and it's finally breaking apart. So I don't know if it's possible to cut it up and use it, but it also has a beautiful inside lining, some gorgeous fabric. This was my favorite purse, but it's finally kicking the bucket. But I might still be able to use some of this fabric in here. I might be able to find a way to cut a chunk out and keep it intact if I'm careful. So even stuff that you have that you love and you've used up, you might be able to find a way to use it for a new project. So anyway, just wanted to share this, and hopefully you'll find some cool stuff too. You got to go out and look. Thrift stores, Goodwills, Salvation Armies, your local thrift stores, and your all your yard sales. And see on this purse, you can see the reason I got it cheap is it was missing some sequins already. You see? So keep your eyes peeled. You might be shocked at what you find, but you gotta look everywhere. You can find old beaded and sequin shirts. If they have damage to them, they may sell them for $1. I got some gorgeous ones for $1 or $2 each that are just covered with sequins, but I was going to try to resell them. But if I don't, I've got a whole shirt of sequins. So you just never know what you'll find out there. The possibilities are endless of what you can find to use to build up your crafting supplies. And then you're reusing something that nobody else wants. Thanks again. I'll be back very soon. I hope you're having a wonderful day. Bye.